Fidelity drops the ball again on retirement planning. It's the second time I posted this video because the first time the audio was horrible, so I had to repost it, and let's get this time. Oh, Fidelity. I thought, man, when they wrote this article, initially I was like, hey, they're getting, and then I read it, I was like, oh, no, they're still dropping the ball. All right. My man Tom sent this to me. Tom crushes. I don't care what anybody says. Tom and PA, kicking ass and taking names. So Fidelity says, August 9, 2023, just a few months back, what will my savings cover in retirement? Plan for your savings to provide about 45% of your pre-tax retirement income. All right, we're going to scroll on down. They say Fidelity analyzed extensive spending data and found that most people needed to replace between 55 and 80% of their pre-tax income, pre-retirement income, after they stopped working to maintain their lifestyle in retirement. Interesting. So we have a challenge about maintaining your lifestyle in retirement. It's like maintaining my working lifestyle. Okay, but even if we go with that, that's fine. And here again, they're wrong. It's crazy. So right here. As you can see in the chart below, someone who makes 50,000 schmackaroonies might expect to need to replace about 80% of that, all right, in order to maintain their standard of living. Again, I'm harking on maintaining your standard of living. While someone who earns 200,000 might need to aim replace closer to that, to about closer to 60%. All right, so we're going to just talk about this guy right here, $50,000 guy, retirement income. Right? Income replacement rate. They should say pre-retirement income right here. So there's a mistake there. I don't get why they did that, but whatever. Again, so they're going to need about 80% of their pre-retirement income. That's literally pretty simple. How much is that? $40,000. Even a caveman can figure that out. If $50,000 is our income and we need 80% of that, that's $40,000. We need $40,000 our pre-retirement income. How much Social Security? Fidelity thinks about 35% will come from social and 45% from savings. All right, so let's give it out here. Let's see. As you can see in the chart above, a person earning $50,000 a year could expect to collect about 35% of their income, or $17,500 from Social Security. $17,500. Let's take it. Here they're saying Social Security is $17,500 divided by 50,000. Your pre-retirement income. Social Security will replace about 35% of your pre-retirement income. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say 17,500. How are they getting that number? It seems awful weird to me. And we're going to do a simple-minded, because we're just all cavemen, way to analyze what our Social Security benefits should be if we made $50,000 a year. It's quite simple. $50,000, we're going to assume that's what you made throughout the course of your working career. 35 years. Remember, Social Security, you take the top 35 years of your indexed earnings. All right, so we're just going to assume 50,000 in 2023 was the equivalent of 18,000 in 2018, or not 18, but 2010, 10,000 in 1990, something like that. Doesn't matter. So we're going to average 50,000. Index earnings means it's been adjusted with the change in the average wage index. More than inflation. It's actually a little bit higher than inflation. Anyway, so we have 50,000 is what our total earnings are, indexed for 35 years. All right. Now, what we do is Social Security, they take your top 35 of those indexed years. So 36, 37, 38, they just wipe them off. You've been paying it in the Social Security, but you don't get that money back. It just goes to kind of supplement the Social Security benefit, but you don't get any benefit of that. So they take your top 35, all right, they divide by 420, all right, because they say your top 35, we're going to add all these together, and we're going to divide by 420. We're going to skip that part. We're just going to do it at 50,000 divided by 420. Why? Because we're saying 50,000, divide by 12, Why? Because we're trying to get our average indexed monthly earnings. I'm just doing a shortcut here. Normally, you take your top 35, you add them all together, all right, you divide that by 420. That's what we do. Here, we don't need to do that. We're just going to do it. Our average index monthly earnings, where we're going to get our average annual wage benefit of 50,000 a year. We're going to divide that by 12 to get our AIME, which is our average index monthly earnings. Let me explain that again, because I'm sure I'm confusing people. Social Security, they take your top 35 years of index earnings, they add them all up, then they divide by 420 to get your AIME. We're just skipping that step. We're saying we're not going to take your top 35, add them all up, and divide by 420. We're just going to assume your average index earnings was 50,000 a year for 35 years. And we're just going to say 50,000 divided by 12 will give us the exact same numbers. 4,166 is our AIME. I've done many videos on Social Security. If you're not following this, just hang tight. Your AIME is not your amount you're getting from Social Security. All right, that's not what happens. What we do, we got to find our PIA. Our PIA is our primary insurance amount. That's the amount we get from Social Security at our full retirement benefit, and we're going to say your full retirement benefit is 67. All right, now your PIA, there's 3 bend points, 0.9, 0.32, and 0.15. All right, so the first $1,100 roughly, you get 90% of that. The first $1,100 of your AIME, you get 90%. In this case, it's $990. The next amount, in this case, this is going to be the whole thing, is $3,066, and it's roughly $980. You only get 32% of the next amount. Now, and this right here is like anything above. If your PIA is above 6,000, anything above 6,000, you only get 15% of. So the next $3,000, you get 32% of that, and that will be your PIA. In this case, it's about what was that? I'll tell you what it is right now. We're going to get my calculator, and we're going to go down here. Hold on a second. What do I do here? Hold on just a second. Oops, there we go. There we go. All right. All right, so we're going to do our calculator, which is a 990 plus 980. And we're going to say our benefit there is $1,970 a month. We times that by 12. So our benefit is actually $23,640. For simplicity, we're going to round up to say $24,000. So I don't know where Fidelity is getting that. What did they say? What did they say the benefit was going to be $17,000? I have literally no clue. Yeah, right here. They say you're $17,500. Now you might say it's because they're going to take their PIA early at 62. That's not true. If you come down here, that's not what they're saying. They're saying right here, default retirement age is 67. So I don't understand why. I literally don't understand where they're getting the $17,500 right here for Social Security. Right there, $17,500. I'm not getting anywhere near that. So it doesn't make any sense. So anyway, it's going to be $24,000, and this is just for a single person. All right, so if we need $24,000, if we're getting $24,000 from Social Security, and our retirement spending is going to be $40,000, because $40,000 is 80% of 50, what we're making pre-retirement. Remember, we don't have to pay income taxes, we don't have to pay FICA taxes, we're not putting money into a 401k and whatnot. We only need $40,000 a year of income, and $24,000 is coming from Social Security. Well, guess what? We need $16,000 a year from our portfolio. 16,000 divided by 0.05. Let's take a look what that will be. And I'm using 0.05 because I don't like the 4% rule. I think 5% is much more advantageous. 16,000 divided by 0.05. We need $320,000 of other accounts. $320,000. That's it. Fidelity would have you believe you need $700,000, $500,000. I mean, again, because they don't have the Social Security numbers right. But even worse, how many people are married in retirement? The majority, if not the vast majority. So even worse, Fidelity, if this is right here, 17,500, or I know it's 24,000 from Social, and my spouse gets half of that, we have 36,000 from Social Security. 36,000 from Social Security because I get my 24,000 at my PIA. That was my PIA. It's my full retirement age. Charlotte gets half that. We'll even just say 10,000 because she'll take it at 62. It doesn't matter. So now we got, we'll say 10,000 instead of what I say, 12,000. We're going to say 10,000. So we're going to have 34,000 a year coming from Social Security alone. We need $40,000. That means we're going to need 6,000 from our portfolio. 6,000. Watch this. Divided by 0.05. Hope this makes sense, man, because it's important. It's like $100,000 or something like that. $120,000. Huh? So I don't understand where Fidelity's. I mean, what the hell, Fidelity? It just. I mean, their numbers are just jacked. It doesn't make any sense. Just look at how many people are married in retirement, how many people are widowed or single. It's not even close. The married people dwarf the single people. So why would they? I don't understand. Anyway, so now we go down here, and they said most people are eligible to receive Social Security benefits at 62, but those benefits increase until you wait until your full retirement. We already talked about that, and we already said right here, Bill needs to replace 45% of his income from savings if he retires at 67. That's just not true. It doesn't. I don't. And then they're saying if he stays until he's 70, he only needs to replace 40%. I literally don't understand why Fidelity is saying that. Again, if we have 45% if our income, so let me show you what I'm talking about. If Fidelity is right, and we did 50,000 minus 17,500, what we're getting on Social Security, equals right there, 32,500. All right. So if Fidelity is right, they say we need 45% has got to come from our savings accounts. I mean, how much of a and we need 32,500. How much of a portfolio would we need? Over 500,000 bucks. Huh? Where? I mean, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me just show you. So we need 50,000. We need $40,000 minus 17,500. Oops. Be about the same. Divide by 0.05. We need 452,000 bucks, and that's just on replacing $40,000. I mean, I just don't understand why Fidelity is saying that. They're wrong. They're just dead wrong, and it's weird. Because I read the data, I said, oh man, they're actually diving into this, based on Consumer Expenditure Survey statistics of BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And again, I am the only guy who is, and this is what I said before. I'll say it again. It wasn't until me, yes, this guy right here. I was the one talking about this before. No one else was talking about it. I was. Now everyone wants to talk about it. That's fine. I am the one talking about it. All these other people are like, no, because no one freaking reads this stuff, dude. It's crazy. Everyone just says, oh, Fidelity must know. Why? Well, because they're Fidelity. But they don't. They're wrong. Who's the people writing these reports? In fact, did they even say who wrote this? Do we even know who they are? Just faceless bureaucrats? Is it AI? I don't know. Yeah, they don't say who's writing it. Right here. Assumes right here is another assumption. Assumes a single income household retiring claiming a single income. Oh my goodness, it's so bad. A single income household retiring claiming Social Security at 67. 17,500? What the hell are you talking about, Fidelity? Single income household, that could be two people, husband and wife. Wife gets half the husband's. Well, thanks, Fidelity. I thought you were onto something initially when I saw you reading the Consumer Expenditure Survey. Now I realize you weren't. I don't know, dude. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. That's why I got to stay tuned to your old buddy Josh. I will take you to the promised land. I'll get you there. All right, God bless. We'll see you.